They do this in all protests. You shouldn't be mad at ICE. You should be outraged at those who foment these moments with the purpose of leading to chaos and death. All these videos contain white liberal women. Why isn't anybody talking about this?
Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Rantoinette. This is the Rocking Politics podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We've got another long, epic show for you today. Too many things, a lot of not great stuff, but we are living in a not very great time. And I apologize for it, but I cannot make the news. I can only report on it. Before I get started, if you guys wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. So let's get to it with this. The ICE officer who shot Renee Good in Minneapolis has served for decades in the military and in law enforcement. The man obviously was trained for military, and he is using those military tactics right now. The man himself, Jonathan Ross, I'm sure everybody's probably already seen his face and knows his name by now. He has been serving since 2015 in ICE as a deportation officer. And like I said, his training is military background. It is not in civilian policing. We all saw what he did. We all saw the footage. I'm not going to go over that anymore, but I am really sick and tired of listening to conservatives trying to tell me what I saw with my own two eyes. Here he is, that son of a bitch right here, Jonathan Ross. He had already had an altercation in the past where he broke somebody's window and tased the guy. He steps on the gas, and while he is half hanging in the car, he gets drugged like 100 feet. So is it the guy who's driving who got tased? Is it his fault? Or is this asshat who is breaking the law and breaking windows and climbing into a car to get somebody that he suspects is somebody that needs to be arrested? Obviously, his judgment is very good. He shot a woman in the face 3 times. So I'm not trusting this man's judgment. And obviously he does not know how to work around a fucking vehicle. Standing in front of a vehicle is not very wise. And let's just put it this way. This ain't the movies, dog. If you shoot somebody who's driving a car who is facing you, it's not going to stop the car. It might kill the person, but the car is still going to roll forward. You should goddamn know better, you fucking moron. Now, I hadn't had a chance to show this particular video. This is the video that the murderer took. He got out of his vehicle. He saw this woman parked halfway in the street. She wasn't blocking the entirety of the street. Matter of fact, she waved a couple of cars to go by, and she looked like she was turning around to leave. One of the guys in the other truck, the silver Titan truck, tells her to get out of here, and then the other guy's like, get out of the car. So she's getting conflicting orders. She looked like she was trying to turn. She had the car in reverse. She was trying to back up to get out of the way. She waved a couple cars by. And then this guy, the murderer, he is getting around the car with his own cell phone, filming this, I'm sure for propaganda purposes. But I wanted to show this particular video. This is honestly, to me, the reason why he did what he did, other than him being a pathetic little scared boy that needed to pull out his gun. Gets out of his truck. He's filming. Yeah, she looks like a threat.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. That is the last thing she said. And I wanted you to take a look at this real quick.
That's fine, dude.
Look in her glove compartment. She's got a bunch of plushie dolls in there. She had just dropped off her kid at school, and she's on her way home. She sees the ICE action in her neighborhood, and she decides to do her civic duty of protest. It is absolutely her right to do the protest. But for some reason, ICE, Stephen Miller, Fascist Barbie, and the Trump administration don't feel like you as an American have the right to protest if you do not share the same values that they do.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
That right there. That is the reason why he shot her. He got dressed down by a lesbian. The woman driving, Renee Good, she says, it's okay, dude. I'm not mad at you. But her partner, insinuated that he was fat. He should go get some lunch or something like that. and that was enough.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Now, you saw her right there. It's on his camera phone. It's on his camera phone. She is literally turning the wheel to leave. She is obviously not pointing the car at him. Anybody who watches this video and has any other thoughts, you're just drowning in propaganda. Watch it again.
Get out of the car. Get out of the
Watch her. She's about to turn the wheel. Right there. She turned the wheel. She is trying to leave. She is obviously not aiming at that guy. She turned the wheel and she's looking in the direction where she turned the wheel. He does not even drop his phone. At that point, he's already got his gun in his hand. He pulled it out as he's walking around the front of the vehicle. And he shoots her 3 times. That beep, that was him calling her a fucking bitch after he shot her in the face 3 times. Of course, afterwards, carnage ensues as if it wasn't enough carnage of watching a woman getting shot in the face. There is a man here on the scene who is a doctor asking to check her pulse.
Back up, now!
Can I go check a pulse?
No! Back up, now!
I'm a physician.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I get it. Just give us a second.
I get it. Give us a second. Oh, honey, you seem like you get it. That's why you're dressed up like you were about to invade fucking Fallujah. I'm sure you get it. You heard the man. He does not care. Now, when asked on whether or not this guy followed procedure, Seth Stoughton, a former Florida police officer who is now a professor of law and criminal justice at the University of South Carolina. Officers have been trained that they can avoid being run over if they just don't position themselves in a vehicle's path of travel. There are tactical manuals and articles that are very clear that describe stepping in front or behind a vehicle is a very poor tactic, one that is contrary to common sense. An officer cannot physically stop a vehicle from moving, so there's really no tactical benefit to stepping in front of the vehicle, but there's a lot of tactical risk because it can hit you. Exactly. I guess this guy just got finished watching all 4 Lethal Weapons and thought that his bullet could stop the goddamn car. He's an idiot. And a murderer. Of course, Kristi Noem doubles and triples down on calling this woman a domestic terrorist. It's hard to tell if she's got any emotion in her face with all the Botox and the filler, but this is what she has to say.
Of domestic terrorism, which is perpetuating. And what happened was our officers were out trying to get a car stuck out of the snow, surrounded and assaulted and blocked in by protesters that were inciting. He did follow his training.
Obviously, he didn't follow his training because he was standing in front of a vehicle thinking that that was a smart tactical decision. It was not.
How is that self-defense?
This is an experienced officer who followed.
He's obviously not an experienced officer at policing civilians on American soil.
His training, and we will continue to let the investigation unfold into the individual and continue.
What investigation? You've taken it from the local officials. The guy left the scene like a criminal. He's supposed to stay on the scene, especially after a shooting like that. And now the FBI is taken over, and with the head of the FBI being Pam Bondi, I don't expect a whole lot from this.
But let's remember the events that surrounded what happened yesterday on that tragic situation was that these individuals had followed our officers all day.
It was 10 o'clock in the morning. How was she following them around all day? She literally just dropped her kid off at school. That's bullshit.
Them had blocked them in. They were impeding.
They obviously weren't blocked in. There was another lane that they could have gone through. At the very best, she was being an annoyance. And if you say, oh, she was impeding their duty, are you telling me that impeding a federal officer warrants getting shot in the head 3 times? No, it does not. She was turning away from him. We all saw the video. She is lying. This woman is a lying sack of shit. Now, she did go on with Jake Tapper, and personally, I'm not a fan of Jake Tapper. I don't think that he did a very good job interviewing her. In my opinion, if I was him, I would have just looked her in her face and gone, you are lying to me. We're ending this interview. I don't even know why we're bringing you on CNN.
You said within hours of her being killed, you said that she was a domestic terrorist. How do you define domestic terrorist?
She weaponized her vehicle to conduct an act of violence against a law enforcement officer and the public.
How
so
can
as
you
they are doing that,
how can you assert with certainty that she was trying to hurt the officer as opposed to she was trying to flee the scene?
if you look,
She literally called this woman a domestic terrorist within hours after it happened. All she knows is she's supposed to get out in front of this and immediately start pointing the blame at the victim. That's how it always works in these situations.
If you look at what the definition of domestic terrorism is, it completely fits this situation on the ground. This individual.
Since the passage of the NSPM 7, that's the National Security Presidential Memorandum, they have changed the definition of what a domestic terrorist is, and it basically includes anybody who is not white Christian conservative. We'll get to that in a second. But now she is able to say, if you look at the definition of what a domestic terrorist is, then she fits the description. Yeah, well, now that you've changed the definition, in my opinion, a domestic terrorist is the people who sacked the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Those people were domestic terrorists.
As you saw in the video that we released just 48 hours after this incident, showed that this officer was hit by her vehicle.
He was walking around just fine. He literally walked to where the car crashed. And when he shot her, he did not even drop his phone. He walked away from that carnage like nothing had happened, got into his SUV, and drove away like a murderous criminal thug. Here's that NSPM 7 that I was just talking about. On its face, NSPM 7 is chilling to read. If anyone needs proof of that, terrorism and political violence are slippery and fraught categories subject to political ideology, like the president's investigation into the Open Society Foundation and his order purporting to designate Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. So you are labeling an anti-fascist group a domestic terrorist. Tell me you're fascist without telling me you're fascist. Congress has passed no laws creating any such domestic designation regime in relation to Antifa, and for very good reason. It would inevitably sweep in First Amendment protected beliefs, associations, and speech. Perhaps the most chilling rhetorical move the president makes is to use vague, broad labels that encompasses First Amendment protected beliefs. These labels include anti-Americanism, whatever that means, anti-capitalism, and anti-Christianity. Support of the overthrow of the federal government. Well, wouldn't that put everybody at January 6th in those particular crosshairs? No, because Donald Trump pardoned those people. Extremism on migration, race, and gender. There's that gender ideology. And hey, if you decide you want to protect your immigrant neighbor, now you're a terrorist. So that is what Kristi Noem was talking about. If you look at the definition of what a domestic terrorist is, now that we've designated it through NSPM 7, it is extremism on migration, race, and gender, and opposition to traditional American views on family, religion, and morality. All of that is some vague bullshit and nonsense that they are using to be able to target anybody and everybody that they consider an enemy. Governor Tim Walz, he's been going through it for the last couple of weeks, even before this Renee Good incident, in regards to the whole daycare fraud thing that Nick Shirley, Donald Trump, and the administration has drummed up to make an excuse to send in over 2,000 ICE officers. But Tim Walz does look a little worse for the wear, and he has decided that he's not going to run for office again. So he's got a year left in office. He could stand up to them, but I don't think that Tim Walz has it in him.
I would just ask him, I'm not talking anything about border security. I'm not talking anything about what he needs to do on that. None of this is accomplishing either his mission or making us any safer. So
actually, it is accomplishing his mission. He wants to instigate some kind of fight back, some kind of riot, so he can declare martial law. He wants to break out the Insurrection Act. That way, he can end any kind of election. Ultimately, that's what all of this is about. He wants to instigate a fight, a riot, something that he can call a riot, and declare martial law and say, I'm sorry, no more elections for you. We got martial law. We got to lock down everything until we can figure out what the hell is going on. Tim, I hate to break it to you, man. What he is doing is working for his side.
Just give us a pause. Let us breathe. Look, we're exhausted. We're exhausted as Minnesotans. We're exhausted as Americans. And this relentless assault on Minnesota, for whatever reason, is just cruel now. It has reached cruelness. So please, just give us a break. And if it's me, you're already getting what you want. But leave my people alone. Leave our state alone.
Yeah, he definitely looks worn down, but I don't think that please, please, please is going to stop him. You need to be arresting people. You need to be instructing your police force to start arresting these thugs. You've only got 1 year left. You might as well go ahead and use it. And in regards to the investigation that Minnesotans were hoping would happen, the feds have ousted the Minnesota investigators, and now they have taken it federal, and the FBI is running it. Like I said, Pam Bondi, she's going to sit on her hands, and she's not going to do jack or shit about this. Of course, Donald Trump is never short on words, and he was asked about Renee Good, and man, his answer is infuriating.
Necessary after watching all the footage a few days have passed. What's your assessment there?
I mean, look at him. Oh, God, do I even have to answer this? Oh, my God. I can't believe you're asking me this dumb question. Whatever, I'll say something stupid.
It was highly disrespectful of law enforcement. The woman and her friend.
I like that. The woman and her friend. I don't want to say that they were lesbian. I don't want to say that they were a couple. I just call them a friend. The disrespectful woman to the law enforcement officer. No, honey, they are ICE officials. They're not law enforcement officers. They are certainly not trained in policing the American citizenry.
Were highly disrespectful of law enforcement. You saw that. They were harassing them, were following for days and
for days. They were following for days. What are you talking about? You senile old bastard.
Hours, and I think, frankly, they're professional agitators.
But just disrespect.
And I'd like to find out, and we are going to find out who's paying for it.
But just disrespect.
With their brand new signs and all the different things.
First of all, they didn't have a sign. They just showed up there, saw ICE was in their neighborhood, and decided to try to slow them down a little bit. Because it's their neighborhood. It's not these ICE assholes' neighborhood. You think George Soros is paying people to make signs? There was a protest in New York just a couple of damn days ago. Everybody had signs out there because they made them at home. George Soros is not sending everybody checks to make signs. Either he's an idiot or he's lying. Probably both.
But these are professional agitators, and law enforcement should not be in a position where they have to put up with this stuff.
Yeah, exactly, man. Maybe you shouldn't be sending these Nazi thugs to these small towns. Maybe you should keep them the fuck out of here and stop policing American citizens. Maybe that would stop things. Screaming and yelling about protesters being chaotic. You are bringing the chaos to them. So the vice president decides to stick his big ass nose into this.
On duty, or has he been placed on leave, on administrative leave? And what really was the target of the operation on Wednesday?
Turns out the operation was actually to go harass, I believe it was a dual language school. They were going to harass and I guess stake out the school just in case some of the parents came to pick up the kids. Some of those dual language students, maybe they can grab a few of them to meet their quota. That's what the operation was for. That is why they were in the neighborhood. That school is only 2 blocks away from where Renee Good was killed.
ICE operation on Wednesday.
Well, first of all, it was a legitimate law enforcement operation. We were going door to door to try to find criminal illegal aliens.
Now we are going door to door, harassing people in the neighborhood. Is that what we're doing?
And deport them from the United States of America, because if you come to our country illegally in violation of our immigration laws, then we have the mandate, and in fact we have the legal duty to enforce those immigration laws. Whether he's been placed on administrative leave, I don't know the answer to that question. I'd refer it to the department.
Yeah, he was whisked away. He's probably not even in the state anymore, and he'll still be on the payroll. He'll just end up in another city doing essentially the same thing. Nothing is going to happen to this guy. The rule of law is done. After this incident, the rule of law is done.
Of Homeland Security, and they can follow up. I will say, look, I would appreciate everybody saying a prayer for that agent. Look,
get the fuck out of here. The guy who murdered a woman is walking around living and breathing and just fine. Say a prayer for him. What about the victim? No, she's a domestic terrorist.
Look, in the past 6 months, he has been hit twice.
Did he cut his poor little fucking fascist arm on the glass that he just broke? That's his fault. That's his fucking doing. Fuck you and fuck him.
He's been attacked. He's been injured because of it. He deserves a debt of gratitude. And I think the media prejudging and talking about this guy as if he's a murderer is one of the most disgraceful things I've ever seen from the American media.
I think you are one of the most disgraceful things that has ever happened to America. You used to call Donald Trump America's Hitler, and now you are his fascist little butt boy. More from the vice president. This one's even more disturbing.
That the U.S. Attorney's Office has essentially cut off the state investigations agency's access to the investigation. What is the precedent for that, and why shouldn't the Minnesota officials on the ground have access and evidence to work on this investigation?
First of all, I wish the state...
First of all, that's a dumbass question. The question should be, why aren't they allowed? But his answer here is very troubling.
I wish the state officials in Minnesota would investigate why you have so many people who are using their vehicles and other means to actually interfere with legitimate law enforcement.
He just completely avoided answering the question. Oh, you are asking me a question? Well, I want to know why people are allowed to use their vehicles in their own neighborhoods and why they are able to block federal officials from doing their duty. Suck a dick.
An operation. The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job.
Did you hear that? Absolute immunity. Now these guys have absolute immunity. This is unprecedented. No, he does not have absolute immunity, but according to the Trump administration, now these fascist thugs, show me your papers, you goddamn Nazi goons, now they have absolute immunity. The president is not even supposed to have absolute immunity. This is America. Nobody should have absolute immunity. But now these guys do. And believe me, these ICE thugs, they've gotten the message. Jesse Waters is never short of lies and propaganda, and his particular brand of propaganda in this clip is identity politics. Have a listen.
The woman who lost her life was a self-proclaimed poet from Colorado, with pronouns in her bio. A 37-year-old white woman named Renee Good. The Daily Mail says she leaves behind a lesbian partner and a child from a previous marriage.
She had 3 children, but okay.
She was a disruptor, though she considered herself a legal observer. But there's no evidence she had a law degree.
You do not have to have a law degree, you fucking idiot, to be a legal observer. If you are an American, you can legally observe law enforcement. There is nothing illegal about it. And you do not need a fucking law degree to do that. But how can you expect any more from somebody like Jesse Waters, who used to do spring break reports for the misogynist sexual assaulter Bill O'Reilly? Here's this fat fuck, Randy Fine, a congressperson. I cannot believe that he is an elected representative. Some of the things that he's said in the past, like nuking Gaza, only got him a little slap on the wrist, but it doesn't stop him from saying some of the most ludicrous shit. Here he is on Newsmax, spitting some real genius material here.
These ICE agents, the left believes they can do anything they want, and we're just supposed to sit down and take it. It's time for Americans to say enough.
I think that picture right there is America saying enough. And I think it is you and the fascist Trump regime that thinks that they can do anything that they want.
And if you get in the way of the government repelling a foreign invasion, you're going to end up just like that lady did yesterday.
You heard him. If you're defending a foreign invasion, then you're going to end up dead. Just like that woman, Renee Good. Don't even mention her name. Here's some more propaganda from Fox News. This is just choice, chef's kiss propaganda. Check it out.
Look how many people are wearing masks at this protest.
The irony of them pointing out people are wearing masks at a protest. Meanwhile, ICE has a contract with Palantir, and that's why you always have some ICE goon filming all of their fascistic shit so they can use it for their little reel, but also so they can put it in a facial recognition software database sponsored by Palantir, paid for with American tax dollars.
And it's not just because it's cold. They're wearing all sorts of masks. They're trying to disguise their faces.
I see people unmasked.
They have said that this is no longer allowed. What do you think of that and how it feels like this isn't right?
Yeah, it does feel like it's not right to have a bunch of Nazis with their face covered up policing American citizens on American streets. I agree. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, so we saw that even at yesterday's incident and then in the aftermath, and it was an interesting split screen as the press conference was going on with Jacob Frey and the police chief saying that they were peacefully protesting, and at the same time we are seeing on the left side of the
This looks like a peaceful protest to me, man. I wonder, did George Soros pay for that gentleman's sign?
screen that they were attacking ICE, breaking windows, and again, close to rioting. They are aware of the fact
Yeah, they look like a riotous bunch, don't they?
that they're on camera. They want to stay anonymous. There is, I'm sure, all kinds of Antifa elements in there. That's not, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure.
As a matter of fact, I would agree. I think everybody at that protest is probably anti-fascist.
Because they don't want their identities public and have it known what they're doing. So to me, it's cowardly.
Yeah, those people that are masked up, like this guy right here in the foreground, I think that they are cowards. I absolutely agree, Paul Murrow, retired NYPD inspector.
I just want to point out that now some of these officers, law enforcement, ICE, also have their faces covered. And that's
that
for
they
a
don't
different reason, so that, go ahead, explain.
So they don't get doxxed.
No sense of irony whatsoever. But these guys, they have to have masks on because they don't want to get doxxed. By the way, the murderer, Jonathan Ross, that killed Renee Good, he tells his neighbors that he's a botanist. They had no idea that he was an ICE officer because he's ashamed. Like every last one of these assholes that are wearing masks, they know what they're doing is wrong. They know what they're doing is fascist, and they are ashamed. That's why their faces are covered up. They don't want to get doxxed. Oh my God, the propaganda. Speaking of propaganda, here is Gregory Bovino wearing his Nazi uniform. I mean, the dude really does look like he is about to invade the fucking Rhineland. Look at him. He looks like he's about to invade Poland. But Sean Hannity asked him what he thinks about these protests. And the guy's like 5'7". He's another one of these short wannabe kings. Every last one of these victim weight motherfuckers, now that they've got a little bit of power, now they want to use it. Pretty much the definition of all brown shirts, except he's wearing a green shirt today.
Oh, I could see that, but you know what? The rhetoric keeps getting ratcheted up, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And you know, now we've had an opportunity to look at that video. There is no ambiguity for anyone with eyes to see that the individual that ended up getting shot in this case had been taunting officers.
By the way, you notice that individual, not Renee Good, was taunting officers. So that's why she obviously needed to get shot in the face, right?
Along with her partner for an extended period of time. And then you hear her partner say to drive. She goes in reverse and right in the path of an officer. Now, is that justified use of force? To me, it's not even a close call.
Sean, we call that means, intent, and opportunity. Did that?
Means, intent, and opportunity. He is talking in a lot of policing bullshit rhetoric. They are trying to justify this. It's not just the talking heads. It's not just Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. They are trying to use this rhetoric to make it sound official, even though it is absolutely not official. It was murder.
Individual have the intent. Look at those minutes leading.
I'm looking at the minutes leading up to it there, Gregory. She said to him right before he shot her, "Dude, I'm not mad at you." That sounds like a lot of intent to do harm to that poor, helpless, armed, fascist thug.
Up to the shooting, and we will see what I would consider some pretty important intent. Did that individual have the opportunity? Yes. Did that individual take that opportunity? Yes. A 4,000-pound missile is
a 4,000-pound missile. Her Honda Pilot is now a 4,000-pound missile. His life was in grave danger. He had to shoot her. If she was literally, legitimately aiming her car directly at him and she had her foot on the floor, directing that 4,000-pound missile at him, and he shot her in the head, that car would have run him over. He put himself in that situation. And then he used that excuse to kill her.
Not something anyone wants to face, especially in a split-second decision-making process in a very...
It doesn't sound like he made a good decision in that split second, does it? I mean, he killed her.
Already inhospitable environment. Hats off to that ICE agent. I'm glad he made it out alive. I'm glad he's with his family.
Fuck you. This one, guys, I gotta say, man, this one This is probably the one that pisses me off the most. Greg fucking Gutfeld, who I'm sure a lot of conservatives out there take their cues from. This bit of bullshit, it makes my head want to explode.
A car blocking the street for a good 4 minutes, Greg.
She was not blocking the street. She was blocking half the street. She waved a car by. A car literally drove by her. She was doing a little bit of protesting. It does not warrant getting shot in the head.
We are all falling for the game. Everybody's going, this is so confusing. I don't like it. It's so chaotic. That was the point. The whole point. Nothing's going to be clear when you create deliberate chaos.
Deliberate chaos. Who's bringing the chaos? Is it those people in their peaceful neighborhood, or did ICE bring the fucking chaos, Greg?
So we have to sit here. We are actually doing exactly what they want. None of it matters.
By the way, you're going to hear him say they a lot. I don't know who this amorphous they is, but obviously to him, they is the enemy.
What happens at that moment is not what we should be talking about. In my view, again, let the investigations proceed.
There are no investigations, man. It's over with. It's done. It's past. It's prologue. What investigation are you talking about? The feds have taken over. They're not going to do anything, and you know this.
This criminal analysis is a waste of your breath. You know, I use that term awfuls in humor, the affluent white female liberal. Well, that comedy turned to tragedy because it was egged on by people who only use these women as props.
White women as props. Using white women as props. How about Laken fucking Riley, man? You and the Conservative Party used the death of Laken Riley as a prop so you could allow this ICE fascism to happen. Who's using white women for props? What about Ashley Babbitt? You guys had vigil after vigil after a psychotic woman tried with a group of wild animals to go hang the Vice President Mike Pence. But you lauded her courage under fire. Who uses white women as props, Greg?
Put them out front because visually it's a great statement when they get touched by a police officer. They did
touched? She got shot in the face, man. Touched? What the fuck, man?
They do this in all protests. You shouldn't be mad at ICE. You should be outraged at those who foment these moments with the purpose of leading to chaos and death. All these videos contain white liberal women. Why isn't anybody talking about this?
Another pathetic little short king. Now he is using identity politics, going after white liberal women. You know, the ones with a house full of cats. This is a 37-year-old mother of 3 who just dropped her kid off at school. But she is the domestic terrorist. You shouldn't be mad at ICE. You should be mad at her and women like her. We're killing white women in America now, y'all.
Screw the fake empathy about the dead mom.
The only time anybody's ever got fake empathy is when you guys bring up somebody like Laken Riley. You did not give a flying fuck about Laken Riley. All you cared about her was that she was a means to an end for your policy on policing American citizens with Nazi goons.
From all these mayors and all these talking heads, if they had sincere empathy, they would ask that question. If you had sincere empathy, you would want to ask, why are there so many liberal white women who instead of spending time with their kids...
She just dropped her kid off at school. What are you talking about? Liberal white women. Listen to this guy, man.
Are risking their lives and breaking the law, for strangers who are here illegally. The real compassion comes from the people who've been pointing this out, who've been warning that this is going to happen.
Honey, we have been warning that this was going to be the result. I have been warning since the day they passed the Laken Riley Act, since the first time Donald Trump sent ICE to a major American city, that eventually somebody was going to get shot. By the way, I thought they were going after the criminals. I thought they were going after legitimate illegal terrorists. Have you heard about one shootout with ICE and Tren de Aragua? No, because all of this was a lie.
It doesn't matter to the people that clearly it's not going to change the mind of people on the left. You can show them any video they want. They're going to see.
I love the B-roll that they've got here. You know, we've got a bunch of fucking masked armed goons throwing down white women on the street. But, you know, liberal white women. He's sitting at a desk with white women right now. How do they not reach across the table and smack this little fuck out of his seat?
And just meticulously do all this stuff. Oh, but did you see this? Oh, but you did that. Did you see that? Then you show them another video. They do. Don't waste your breath. They are selling you a lie. It's been around forever. This was all a setup. It may not have been her. Maybe they were hoping for a black woman, probably.
Oh, God, man. Talk about identity politics. What he is doing right here is all of the conservatives out there who are feeling a little bad about that white woman that just died. Put that out of your mind. Come back. Don't slip off the talking points. I know that you're feeling a little funky about that. I know that you feel like a little empathy is welling up in you. Don't let it. Just put it out of your mind. These are bad people. They deserve to die.
It would have been better if it was believe me, they are not unhappy this mother is dead. She is being used.
He's not unhappy about Laken Riley. He's not unhappy about Ashley Babbitt. He does not give a flying fuck. He is there to do one thing and one thing only. Try to convince you that shooting Americans on American soil is okay and they deserved it. Blame the victim, not the man who did the shooting.
Goal was to get somebody killed, create a spectacle that explodes. So you have riots, so you have protests, and hopefully, in some minds, revolution.
So Donald Trump can invoke the Insurrection Act and declare martial law. God, man, I can't stand this guy. He's got the most punchable fucking face. What a complete asshole. Now, the citizenry of Minneapolis are none too happy about what's going on here, and they are starting to stand up and fight back. I fear for these people. I really do. Just shot that dude right in the face. Right in the face.
In the face. All on video, you mother. All on video.
Oh, did somebody throw a snowball at you? Is your life in danger? That's right. Get the fuck out. Oh, that's what you get for getting a snowball. You are not allowed to touch them, but they can touch you in any fashion that they like. Now that the president and the vice president have given them total immunity, these thugs are now feeling much more emboldened. Watch this. He's literally pulls his gun out. This is not pepper balls. This is not a tear gas canister. He literally pulls his gun out and points it right at him.
Oh shit, he's got his gun. He pulled out his fucking gun. We saw that.
Yeah, we saw that, all right. These are a bunch of scared little boys with a shitload of dangerous toys. This is an elderly couple that went to one of the protests, and they got attacked by ICE too. Are you telling me that these are the domestic terrorists that we should be worried about? This 72-year-old man and his wife?
Pepper spray on your jacket, Michelle.
And her hair, too, yeah.
And your
All her
hair.
face, side of her face.
And your face. Just, Skip and Michelle, what happened to you just now?
We came down here to peacefully protest because you can't be silent anymore. We were standing over to the side on the grass and gravel when a truck with flashing lights came through, so we stepped back even more when the law enforcement came out, and so we were far away from the driveway, and when they came out, two of them just started shoving any of us that were standing there away from,
indiscriminately,
and then
just pushing into the crowd.
And then started shooting pepper spray. They got the woman next to me really bad. I did not get it as bad. It's stinging on the side, but they really got her.
But they pushed you down. I had to step in the way between her and the guard. Say she's 70 years old. Come on, she doesn't need to be.
She looks like my mom. This woman looks like my mother.
pushed to the ground, stop. And then he backed off, knew how old we both were. But I mean, aggressively, randomly, just dispersing in the crowd, firing, pushing people down.
Yeah.
We weren't part of the melee. We were off the side, and we were involved in stopping the car in any kind of way. They just were randomly pushing people down. And it wasn't until I explained her age, stop. She's, you know, an older woman, stop, and that they stopped and backed off. But I mean, without thinking, they aggressively pushed their way into the crowd.
These guys are fucking animals, folks. These guys are fucking animals. This is a pastor recalling his time at the protest, and you can obviously tell the reason why the Trump administration would label him a domestic terrorist. He's got rainbow blankets in the background of his apartment, so you know he's definitely dangerous.
Tell me about what happened.
So as I arrived at church yesterday, I noticed that there was something going on just a block and a half from the church. And so I grabbed my whistles because we're used to doing that.
You got to watch out for those dangerous whistles, man. They cause a lot of carnage.
And I went down to see what was going on, and I realized it was an ICE raid, and there were many, many protesters. So I joined the protesting, and before I knew it, I saw ICE agents circling a young woman who appeared to be Hispanic. And so I approached her, and we were at that point chanting, "We are not afraid. We are not afraid. Go out of our state. We are not afraid." And I said to this ICE agent, "Take me. Stop harassing her. Take me." The agent came, got in my face, pointed a gun at me, and said, "Are you afraid now?" To which I said, "I am not afraid." The next thing I knew, they were putting handcuffs on me, and they put me in the back of an SUV. They came back 3 times, and they asked me if I was afraid yet. To which I replied, "Hell no, I'm not afraid of you, and I'm never going to be afraid of you." The 3rd time when they came back, they asked for my identification. They asked for my cell phone. I asked them if I was under arrest. They didn't answer.
That is a question. If this ever happens to you, you just keep repeating that. Am I being detained? Am I under arrest? Eventually, they will have to let you go, hopefully without getting beat the fuck up.
And then they said to me, "Well, you're white. You won't be any fun anyway."
Jesus, man, what do you say to that? They're racially profiling. These guys are fucking fascist. This is actually pretty interesting here, this video. A guy shows up at one of these protests, and he pulls out an American flag. He's masked up. He's covered up. So nobody knows who this guy is. This guy shows up, sets an American flag on fire, and then runs away. Obviously, somebody who is trying to instigate some shit.
Is this guy, the guy who burned the American flag in front of everyone. Now, after he did this, he immediately left like it was nobody's business. Now, why would someone burn up a flag, rile them up, make them protest, and just sneak away? A girl followed him, recorded him, asked him a bunch of questions, and just check this out.
You wouldn't have ran off. That's weird. Because we need people to see that that's happening.
This guy's a fucking ICE agent. That's exactly what he is. He's trying to get some stuff to pop off. That way that they will have an incentive to arrest the rioters. It gives me flashbacks to the George Floyd protests where a masked individual showed up and started breaking windows of a tire shop. I don't know if you ever saw that video, but he broke the windows and then he left. And a bunch of people at the protest saw this, told him to stop, and then followed him with the camera. He ends up getting into a police vehicle and driving off.
Well, why would you run off? Why would you run off? That's weird, to burn a flag and run off. That doesn't make sense. That's not a protest.
Why are you not back there at the protest? We got
Not even responding.
You came here to do what? You a boogaloo boy? An accelerationist? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Usually these people are proud to protest and tell them where they're from.
Where you from? Why are you here?
Yeah, we know. We remember George Floyd, so we know you guys are around.
That's right. I'm getting the same flashback that she got. Now ICE is expanding the use of force, and they're breaking into people's homes without warrants. Not only are they armed, stupid, and dangerous, but now they're kicking in doors. They kicked in this woman's door, and They kept saying, where's the warrant? Well, here is the warrant right here. I don't know if you can see this or not, but that is not an official warrant. That is an ICE warrant. An official warrant looks different. It says Department of Justice on top, and it has a judge's signature at the bottom. This right here is some bullshit form that was written out in the back of an ICE vehicle by some goon. They are pretending that these are official judicial warrants. You can see at the top here how they've been ripped off. That means that they have a stack of these in a folder where they just fill them out, rip them off, and they go, here, ICE thug, go take this to the front door and tell them that you have a warrant. They don't have a warrant. This is the family of the man that they took. They kicked down the door and they drug him out. No warrant. Now they are going door to door and kicking down doors. The next day after Renee Good was killed, they had a memorial set up that evening for her. And the Minneapolis police aren't really siding with the citizens. They look like they're siding with the fascist thugs. Maybe they're hoping to get a job with them to get that $50,000 signing bonus. But this guy right here, this guy's a cop.
You fucking punk. That's what you're gonna fucking do?
What?
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 What? Do you know what
Back
the fuck
up.
is that is for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
You're gonna push.
So we got DHS and a cop. The cop is showing off for the DHS guy. He's like, dude, you are kicking over this woman's memorial. Her blood is not even cold yet. And you're coming over here kicking candles. And what is the excuse going to be? It was a fire hazard. Take a look. It's not a real candle. That's a fucking electric candle.
That's what you're gonna fucking do?
What?
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 What? Do you know what
Back
the fuck
up.
is that is for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
You're gonna push me? What is that for?
Back up.
What was that
I don't
for?
give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck about
Back
her?
up.
Bro, this is why we're here.
Back up.
This is why we're here.
Back up.
Back up.
What's her
Back
name?
up.
Renee Good?
Back up.
And you fucking, that's a memorial to her. That's a memorial to her. No, it's good. You're a fucking coward.
Fuck you guys.
You're a
You
piece
guys
of
are
shit.
Nazis.
Yes, they are fucking Nazis. U.S. border agent shoots and wounds 2 people in Portland. I believe it was a husband and wife. The man got shot in the arm a couple times, and the wife got shot in the chest.
I feel like we're at a turning point. I can't say it enough, but you know, things have got to change. But we're coming together, and if any place, it's going to be Minnesota, or like, get out of here. We don't want you. You have no right to be here. You're destroying our communities. Just leave.
I don't think that Trump wants them to leave. I think he likes them exactly where they are. This is a show of force. They are trying to get these people to riot so they can declare martial law. Minneapolis school cancels classes after ICE raids at high school the same day Renee Good was killed. The Department of Homeland Security said it chased a suspect to Roosevelt High School, a kid, where witnesses described a chaotic scene between the agents and local residents. Well, we know who was bringing the chaos. It takes 6 guys to take down 1 person. These guys are weak bitches and cowards. Here's a little more on that incident.
Shortly after, an ICE agent shot and killed 37-year-old Renee Gould in her car. Masked armed Border Patrol agents, led by the so-called head of CBP, a man named Craig Bavino, entered the grounds of Roosevelt High School in Minneapolis during dismissal time. They began tackling people, handcuffed 2 staff members, and fired pepper spray at bystanders, according to Minnesota Public Radio. Some of these bystanders captured real-time, disturbing video.
Man, there are people there in their fucking PJs, man. I'm sure that they were very threatening in their flannel.
Oh.
Who's bringing the chaos?
That was a grenade!
Guys,
Don't antagonize them. They literally just killed someone. So this was just after Renee Good got murdered. Now here's somebody I wish was running the state right now as opposed to Tim Walz. Former Governor Jesse Ventura, he's got some words about this.
What would you say? No, I'm just saying as a graduate of Roosevelt High School.
That high school that was just attacked by ICE, that's his school. That was the school he graduated from.
As the former governor of Minnesota, I'm so proud of Roosevelt High School and how they stood up for what is supposed to be America and freedom. And freedom is not arresting people without warrants. We have a system here. It's called a Constitution. And we have a party, the Republicans, who don't seem to want to abide by the Constitution. January 6th is a prime example of that. And now they're all free and they're in charge. You know what? Maybe it's time for Jesse. I only did one term. I'm owed a second. I took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I view after January 6th, the Republican Party is a domestic enemy to our Constitution.
Agreed.
I can't get any bolder than that, can I? I'll give you a quote. We're a third world country now. You want to know why? I'm an expert. I've been to them. I spent 17 months in Southeast Asia while the draft dodger was playing golf. Right? You know how I know we're a third world country? Because in third world countries, they have the military doing their police work in the cities when you walk around. That's what happens in a dictatorship. In comes the military. That's what's happening here. And people better wake up to it. You want to read something? Then read your history of Germany and start comparing the tactics of what happened in 1930s Germany to what's happening here. Read history. You learn from history.
History might not always repeat itself, but oftentimes it rhymes. And unfortunately, these conservatives out there, they just can't keep time. And Jesse knows what time it is. ICE's spending on weaponry is up more than 600%. They just got their infusion, $170 billion to fund ICE, more than pretty much every military, save our own, and maybe what? China? Now they're buying a shitload of army surplus gear. I mean, honestly, what they look like the IDF. This right now, aside from the snow and the American citizens, it looks like the West Bank. Oh, and by the way, new recruits, they get 47 days worth of training. You want to know why it's 47 days? Because Donald Trump is the 47th president. Of course it was that. Of course it was that. But apparently, the $71 million spent so far is paid mostly for guns, armor, and chemical munitions. But they've got plenty more money to spend, and I'm waiting for the personal rocket launchers. I'm sure that they probably requested that. They got enough money for it. Now, here is something that I found pretty interesting. He goes up to two separate women. He says the same thing again and again. It's almost like this is part of their training. Make sure that you threaten them. You don't want to make a bad decision. You don't want anything bad to happen to you today.
Interfering with us, honking your horn, blocking our car.
That is not illegal. He knows this is not illegal, but he's using it as a threat.
You have a very high probability of making a really bad decision and being arrested today, okay?
I think I'm making exactly
I'm not.
the right decision.
Oh, then why are you giving her a warning? I'm giving her a warning to not interfere with what we're doing, to not make a bad decision today and ruin your life.
According to them, you're not allowed to interfere in their activities, but honking your horn and filming them, not against the law.
Bad
Okay,
decisions.
thank
That's
you.
funny coming from you.
Yes.
Alrighty, thank you. Have a good day.
I hope you have a terrible day.
Okay, thank you.
I love that woman. And here's the same guy doing the same thing to somebody else.
Just so you know, if we continue to have you follow us, okay, have fun. Don't make a bad decision today.
Don't make a bad decision today. It sounds like a threat to me. Don't make a bad decision, because if I have to shoot you, then it's on you. You made the bad decision. I was forced to shoot you. Look what you made me do. Fuck you very much. Here is a guy going to church, and he is getting accosted by a bunch of ICE thugs. And check out this one little short king here. By the way, you see, he's filming. Just like I said a minute ago, the whole Palantir thing, they are trying to scan as many faces of anybody that they consider an activist or, according to Donald Trump, a domestic terrorist. This motherfucker right here.
This is your warning.
For what?
Stop fucking following us. You are impeding operations. This is the United States federal
I live
government.
over here. I got to get to my house.
This is your warning.
Got to get to
All
my
right?
house.
Go home to your kids.
Go to church.
Go to home to your kids. This is your last warning.
I serve the Lord.
I will arrest you.
Fuck you. Look at this guy. Got his gun in his hand. I mean, is that a threat? You were literally got your fucking weapon out, man.
Go to church. You should be in church.
Just don't make a bad decision, okay, sir?
I'm not
Don't make a bad decision, sir. I'd hate for you to get killed.
making any bad decision. I'm peaceful. I serve the Lord. Not a draft dodging coward.
Have a great day, sir.
You too. God bless. Let these people go to church. Let these people serve the Lord and worship.
This guy ain't done yet.
Let
I
the
guarantee
people.
you that. I guarantee you're not going to like the outcome. Go home to your children. It's Sunday.
Yeah, go
It is
exactly.
Sunday.
Let people go to
You did
church.
not learn from what just happened?
You did not learn from what just happened. Hey, you saw that we're willing to kill people. Did you not learn what just happened?
Go home to
Learn
your
what?
kids.
This guy right here, he just took a picture of the guy's license plate, but now he's going to play cute. You can tell he's still got a little shame left in him. They haven't beaten it out of him yet.
I have nothing to hide. Nothing to hide.
Hey, thanks for not trying to run us over, bud.
But I would not do that. I'm peaceful.
Fuck you. Thanks for not trying to run us over like that other fucking domestic terrorist bitch that we had to shoot today. Thanks for not running us over. Fuck you, man.
I like your hat.
I'm going to go to church. I'm going to worship the Lord. I suggest you guys do.
I like your hat. I like your hat. Kiss my ass. I like your little face covering. Why don't you show me what the rest of you looks like?
Do the same. I serve the Lord, not a draft dodging coward. I can't believe you take orders from a draft dodger.
Make America safe again, brother.
Go fuck yourself. So Fox News has proven that they are fully willing and able to do propaganda for ICE and the Trump regime. And now they're doing ride-alongs with these ICE thugs. Have a look.
Okay, so in the distance is a blue Rivian, an electric truck. It's been trailing us now for miles. What are you guys going to do?
Yeah, why don't you help him out with the investigation, Fox News douchebag? Look at this self-entitled prick. Military people will tell you this. When you get geared up like that, you feel like you're invincible. You feel like that you are unstoppable. You feel like you're some kind of Superman. And that's what these guys feel, these self-entitled pricks.
Well, we're going to observe the situation, and if that individual does anything that would indicate that they're going to impede our federal law enforcement operations, we're going to stop. We're going to give them a warning, and then from there, they will be arrested for impeding.
It's illegal, man. You cannot arrest somebody for following you around. Jesse Waters, legal observer, does not mean you have to have a law degree.
Yeah, let's try to get this guy on the street somewhere and stop, and then we'll let him know.
That SUV is also trailing you and beeping at you right now.
That is correct. And as you can see, that individual just made an abrupt U-turn because he realized he crossed the line with us. And if we encounter him again, we're going to stop him, issue him a warning, and let him know, you keep doing this, you're going to jail.
You keep doing this, you're going to go to jail. Okay. Okay, Mr. Tough Guy. Now, take a look at this fat fuck here, man. It's never one-on-one with these guys. They always travel in packs, like a gang of criminals. And they are harassing a guy who is filming them. He's legally on a sidewalk. He's not impeding their duty, whatever the fuck that means, but does not stop them from harassing them. They feel fucking entitled.
We saw you driving erratically, very dangerous to the public.
We saw you driving erratically and it's very dangerous to the public. What are you, a traffic cop now? That's not your purview. It's 1, 2, 3. Now it's 3 on 1.
How you doing?
Good, how about
You're
you?
interfering with our operation, so
Not
you
at all.
could be arrested
Not at
under
all.
18
Stop
USC
doing that.
111.
Nope.
We will arrest you.
181C S11? Where did you pull that number from? Directly from your rectum? Fuck you, man. He is not breaking the law, and he fucking knows it.
Not if
You have been interfering with our operation.
You were following us yesterday.
Numerous
Watch
times.
what you're doing, dude.
Numerous times you've
Not
been interfering
interfering.
with our operation.
Not interfering.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
If you
Never got in
continue,
front of you.
you will be in handcuffs. You will be arrested. You will be
18
prosecuted.
U.S. Code 111. Get that through your head, dude.
That's a lot of numbers you just remember.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah,
I'm
good
not
job.
breaking the law and you fucking know it.
Yes, you are.
Not breaking the law
Yes, you are.
and you fucking know it. Never got in front of everyone, never.
One more time and I will put you in handcuffs.
What is this guy jacked up on, man? I wonder what kind of cocktail these motherfuckers take in the morning.
Bro.
One more time.
Bro.
Keep it up.
Step the fuck off, you piece
No,
of shit.
no, I'll stand right here, pal. Right here all day.
Pal.
Then you're gonna fucking arrest me.
Right all day.
Yeah, fuck you.
You are worthless.
Fuck you.
Worthless.
Fuck you.
The irony of him saying that that guy is worthless. You, my friend, you are a worthless piece of shit, fascist Nazi asshat. You are the one that is worthless.
You are.
Fuck you.
You have no honor.
Hold your fucking dogs back. Hold your fucking.
Somebody needs to check his fucking diaper. Here's another individual who is prepared for ICE. This guy is no dummy, and I love this shit. He is an Uber driver. He breaks out his phone, and man, he is taking no shit, and I am here for it.
What's up, officer?
How's it going?
Where we at?
Where what?
Where are we at?
Where are we at?
Yeah, can you tell him this location?
Maybe she could hear if she didn't have so much gear on her fucking ears. By the way, women can be fascists too.
What are we doing here?
You can feel free.
I'm just chilling at my job in the Uber, and this lady just pulls over, and she's like, are you a U.S. citizen? In a parking lot at work. That's the officer lady. And they just shot somebody right now in Minnesota. Imagine that. Are we in Germany? Why are you guys doing this?
You tell me, sir.
Exactly. Are we in Germany? Why are you doing this? I don't know. Why don't you tell me? Obviously, you don't fucking know. You certainly don't know anything about history.
Just going around just asking people like at work whether they're U.S. citizens or not.
Show me your
Are you
papers.
guys not supposed to be patrolling the border?
Show me your papers.
Why would I answer you? Where's your warrant? Run your plates. You do whatever you want.
You can record. Feel free.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy though, right? Like you guys leave the border and go harass people based on their skin color?
That's right.
Ain't that a shame? Are you doing this to everybody or is it just black people?
Brown people too.
Come on now, you know what it is. And you got a GoPro.
Yes.
You're
recording, I'm recording.
Is that work issued?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
They're giving you guys GoPros? What happened to the police body cameras?
I don't have a body camera.
This way you can delete the video and make your own stuff, you know that?
Oh, he knows what's up. He absolutely knows what's up. Yeah, they can delete any footage that they want to. None of this shit goes back to a home office. That was the whole thing behind having a police camera. They are not allowed to cut it off. But with a GoPro, this is just for propaganda purposes. And if the bust goes well, that they will submit that for their next propaganda ad that they will use on Fox News.
Right?
How do you know?
Because it's not going to a server, it's going to a little SD card or something. You guys just murdered somebody in cold blood in this city today, and God brought you guys to me at work. I'm literally working here, and you guys are literally impeding my income, asking me retarded questions. You know, I've been sitting here since 10 a.m. waiting for a ride, and right now I'm getting rides. And if I leave, I'm afraid you motherfuckers might just shoot me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir? Why would I answer you? It says U.S. Border Patrol. This is not the border. Go to the Canada border or the Mexico border. I'm working, dude. What do you mean? What do you mean if I'm from this country?
I can hear you don't have the same accent as me. That's why I'm
Oh,
asking
so you go.
Oh, thank you so much, Supreme Court, for allowing these guys to racially profile people on their skin color and their accent. Great job. Thanks so much for all of your help in allowing America to turn into this fascist hellscape. Fucking Brett Kavanaugh. These are Kavanaugh stops.
Going by accents now? Is that what it is?
Where were you born?
Is that accents? Have you heard the Israeli accent? Have you heard the European accent? It's garbage. It's retarded, dude. You going by accents? Mr. Mills, Where you from, Mr. Mills, with your big ass body? Where you from? Yeah, all of these other motherfuckers small, man. Look at your officers. Hey, the Favors guy. I've seen this guy on TikTok.
This is the only one that feels it's okay to be maskless. He is absolutely proud of his little short ass being a Nazi. Have you seen the picture of him in his leather jacket? Only thing is missing is the SS on the shoulder.
Look at it. He got gas canisters and shit. What's up, officer? What's going on? How you doing?
I have better than I deserve.
Man, let me step out, man.
That guy was completely unafraid, and I am down. Don't take any shit off of these assholes, man. They're pussies and they're cowards. It took 12 of them to come and harass this poor guy who is just trying to make a living. Now, this one is pretty damn heartbreaking, man. There was a couple of young guys who work at this particular Target in Minneapolis, and they see little short king Greg Bovino walking down the street with a bunch of his goons, and they're filming him because they're allowed to. These kids are Hispanic, but they are also American citizens. This one kid in particular in this video is 17 years old, and watch what they do to a 17-year-old kid. You think you got enough guys? They are arresting 2 American citizens for doing the dastardly thing of filming Greg Bovino. I thought that he liked to be on camera. I thought he wanted to be a fascist celebrity.
You guys are all on video.
No, listen. No, take my phone. Hey, they got my phone.
Where is the paperwork for that?
Where's the...
They do it on Target. They do it on Target.
Hey, go.
Stand up.
Hey, go work it.
Anybody else? Going to ask where the fuck the wars are. You guys don't...
That's a 17-year-old kid.
What's your name?
Jonathan Aguilar Garcia. I'm literally a U.S. citizen. I'm literally a U.S. citizen.
Get the fuck out of here, Ace.
Why are you kidnapping our citizens?
Oh, they're striking.
What's your name? What's your name?
Christian.
What's your name?
Christian.
Where the fuck is the paperwork?
You see that guy? Did you see that guy with the camera? This footage is for their propaganda purposes. And there's Greg Bovino. That's the reason why they did this, because they're trying to impress their little short boss who has little man syndrome. Here's a news report on that same incident.
Oh, back up. I'm walking here.
Video shows Bovino and other agents approaching the store. Bovino and a second agent begin taking pictures of the person filming them.
Go ahead, take a pic right there.
Another agent asks a Target employee in an orange vest tracking them with a camera phone if he's a U.S. citizen.
Hey, don't touch him. Don't touch him. What are you doing?
The man doesn't answer the question and responds with profanity, walking backward into the store.
Look at that. Look.
Who did the attacking, folks? Who did the attacking? Apparently, the greatest crime in the world now is making ICE agents sad. And this is what happens.
To the ground and handcuff him, along with a second worker, also arrested.
Knee on the head, a la George Floyd.
As agents take them away, the pair identify themselves as Jonathan Aguilar Garcia and Christian Miranda Romano. As agents force Garcia into a van, he says he's a U.S. citizen.
I'm literally a U.S. citizen.
Give us a phone number.
U.S. citizen. I literally have my passport.
The Department of Homeland Security says one of the individuals was arrested for assaulting federal law enforcement.
You saw that. You saw the video. Who did it look like was doing the assaulting in that video?
Officers. No charges have been filed. Another video posted online shows Garcia released hours later in the parking lot of a Walmart.
They drove off with them, they beat the shit out of him, and they left him 10 miles away from his work. The parking lot he's in is a Walmart parking lot. He works at Target 10 miles away. And this kid, this 17-year-old boy, just got fucked up by a half a dozen fascist goons.
You okay, man? No, I'm not okay.
Garcia's sister posting to Facebook, he is injured and got his head hit, but otherwise he is safe.
It's getting worse, y'all. It is getting worse. We have never seen anything like this before. And Americans are not having it, man. But I also think that there is scarier times down the road. This is a huge crowd in New York City, and they are not mincing any words at this protest. Kristi Noem will hang. I'm telling you, man, it's a fucking powder keg in this country, and Donald Trump has got a match, and he wants to set it off. We got more protests in Minneapolis. They're shutting down the streets. They're not having it, folks. Fuck ICE. A couple of days after the murder of Renee Good, the Timberwolves, I believe they're the Timberwolves, the basketball team in Minnesota, they have a moment of silence for their slain community member, and the crowd, they make their feelings known in this video.
Tragedy that occurred yesterday in our Minneapolis community in the loss of Renee Nicole Good. Our thoughts are with her family and everyone affected, and our hearts are with our community as we hope for healing and unity during this challenging time. Please join us in a moment of silence.
Go home. Go home, ICE. Fuck ICE. I'm pretty sure the community has spoken. Unfortunately, we have Democratic leadership who is completely gutless and ballless. There is another continuing resolution coming up with a threat to a government shutdown, and Chuck Schumer does not want the government to shut down again. He folded in March, he folded in October, and he is fully willing to fold again. And a lot of people are saying, why are you going to do a continuing resolution to continue to fund ICE and the Gestapo thugs that are invading America? And they asked Chuck Schumer, hey man, what do you think about the video of Renee Good getting murdered? What do you have to say about that, Chuck?
It just turns your stomach. We need a quick and full investigation to get to the bottom of this. But when you have these ICE agents all over the streets of our cities without any cooperation with local law enforcement, local communities, tragedies, horrible tragedies, killings occur. And the mayors and county executives and others throughout the country believe they can handle it much better themselves than having people from the outside come.
Yeah, man, just allow the local officials who don't have any power over these federal thugs. I'm just going to let them handle it. I'm not going to do anything about it. I don't really like ICE, but I'm not going to really do anything about it. You know, I mean, it was sad. I saw the video. It was a tragedy, but you know, what do you want me to do? My job? 75 Democrats thanked and praised ICE. Well, look what that's gotten us, dog. Look what that's gotten us. You cowardly bastards. They even give us a list of all of them. Take a look and see if your representative is on the list. Maybe you need to make a phone call. Maybe you need to go to their office and protest a little bit. Whoever's watching this, I don't know what state you're in, but have a look. I'll scroll through it slowly. And I can guarantee you that there will be one from New York on there. Well, there are a couple of them. Grace Ming, she thought it appropriate to thank ICE. And let's see, who else do we have on there? Thomas Swazi from New York. Great. And there he is. That was the guy I was expecting. Richie fucking Torres. The guy who does nothing but defend the IDF and the fascist party that runs Israel, the Likud party. He will do anything to defend them because they give him huge donations. And now he is defending America's IDF. Fantastic. Last year was the deadliest year for ICE. 32 people died in their custody just last year alone. And guess what? There have already been 6 more deaths this year. We're only 2 weeks into 2026. There's already been 6 people dead. I guarantee you that they are going to kill more than 32 people this year. I heard a story today about a man who was detained, a healthy man, and when they found him in a bed in Costa Rica, unresponsive. The doctor says his eyes can move and he can see, but he can't speak. And he's emaciated and he's covered in wounds. They tortured him. They tortured him before they kicked him out of the country. Trigger warning, folks. This video, if you have not seen it yet, it is gut-wrenching. An immigrant woman who is working for DoorDash was delivering food to this woman in Minnesota, and she is being pursued by ICE, and she ran in the door. She ran into this family's home. There's a husband and a wife, and they have kids there. But the husband, he was like, I'm sorry, you got to go. There's nothing we can do about it. I'm sorry, you got to go. He doesn't seem sorry at all. But the wife, who is a Native American, she is crying. She is scared. She does not know what to do. She called the police, and the police is like, hey, just give her up, kick her out. Nothing we can do. I got to say, she certainly had more guts than her husband did.
Everybody, what is your name? What is your name? What is your name? Let me see. What's your name? Okay, you, ma'am. The police said I have to let you go, ma'am. I don't know what to do.
No, ya me van a
They won't hear you. They won't hear you.
How could you do this to your own fucking people? That's insane. I don't fucking care. Y'all didn't have no fucking warrant.
Just give her some time.
Just give her some fucking time. Y'all just shot someone in Minnesota. I'm Native American. Get the fuck off my yard until she comes that way.
Damn right. Now
you
we're
don't
talking.
even have a fucking warrant. But I'm not gonna go to fucking jail because y'all pieces of shit ain't got nothing better to do because your wife still wanna suck your fucking dick.
Damn. Woo.
Fucking puta. Pendejo. I don't know what to do. I have a baby. They were literally telling me that if I don't, the cops were even telling me that if I don't open the door, they'll literally charge me with harboring. I don't know what to do.
By the way, you hear the whistles in the background. The neighborhood is fully aware that ICE is there, and they're all starting to come out of the houses. They're starting to blow their whistles, and now they're asking their neighbor what's going on. And she gets more confident as the moments pass because she sees her community standing up with her. That is what we need, folks. We need community to stand together against these fascists. I'm glad to see this woman standing up for somebody who has absolutely no power.
Here, ma'am. Come here. I ordered DoorDash. This lady ran into my house. They don't have a warrant, but they told me I was going to be charged with harboring.
They were going to break down my door.
They were going to break down my door. I already did. The police told me to give them up.
Look at all the neighbors coming out.
The police are saying we can't keep her in here. Police.
You're literally talking to her in Spanish. I hope they turn on you and take your family because that's what you're doing to people.
Hell yeah.
You're separating family.
The police should be on their way, but I don't know
and
what to do.
why don't you guys have a search warrant?
Where is it? Where's the paper?
Show me federal judge
Where's the paper?
They don't have a search warrant. They don't have a warrant.
Where's the warrant, guys?
Fucking warrant.
No, I don't give ICE permission to be on my fucking yard.
There you go, woman.
I own this property. I called the police, but I don't know what to do. A woman was just killed in Minnesota yesterday from you guys, and you guys think that we're gonna just take this shit lightly? Literally, you just shot and killed someone yesterday, and you can put on your shit and go to work, and that shit just sits right with you? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You guys are modern day Nazis. Get off my fucking property now!
Hell yeah.
Now!
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. The community spirit saved that woman's life. I don't know if she's going to get harassed or arrested or detained later on down the road, but she got to live to fight another day because that American woman found some courage and told them to fuck off, get off of her lawn. Man, the bravery of these people makes me want to fucking cry, man. These people are so goddamn brave. Now, even though some of our Democratic leadership are not showing any intestinal fortitude, at least there are some that are. We have the Philly DA, Larry Krasner, and he's got words for ICE.
Is going to come to Philly to commit crimes, then you can get the F out of here. Because if you do that here, I will charge you with those crimes. You will be arrested. You will stand trial. You will be convicted, whether it's in state or federal court. It's my office prosecuting it. That's how the law works. And you will do your time because Donald Trump cannot pardon you for a state court conviction. Do you hear me?
Hell yeah.
ICE agents, do you hear me, National Guard? Do you hear me, military? You're going to jail if you commit crimes in the city of Philadelphia. You will be accountable. The law applies to all of you. This is for any one of your colleagues who thinks they are above the law.
And here's a little bit more from the sheriff of Philadelphia, Sheriff Rochelle Bilal. She shares the same sentiment as the DA, Larry Krasner.
And I say her name, Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. This should not have happened, but we're here today. Let know that law enforcement professionals, real ones, not the fake made up ICE, probably Trump's new army to attack citizens of the United States.
Get him, Carl.
Did you hear what I said? No law enforcement professional wears a mask.
That's right.
None. We are not going to whisk you away for them to hide your identity, because when you do it there, you're getting arrested there. Law enforcement professionals do not shoot at moving vehicles. I'm not saying fleeing, because she wasn't fleeing. She was getting out of the way. Law enforcement professionals do not stand in front of moving vehicles invoking an action that is illegal. And so we stand here today with all those who stand against the made-up, fake, what you can call ICE, professional law enforcement. I don't call them none of that. I call them made-up, fake, wannabe law enforcement. Because what they do is against not only legal law, but the moral law.
Hell yeah, honey. Hell yeah. You tell them. And even though Chuck Schumer is completely spineless, we have people like AOC leading the way.
Mind you, just so everybody knows, I want everybody to understand the cuts to your health care are what's paying for this. All that extra money that everybody's paying right now in their premiums, the nearly $1 trillion in healthcare, was taken out and given to ICE. So understand how these dots connect. You get screwed over to pay a bunch of thugs in the street that are shooting mothers in the face.
She is not wrong. She's been dealing with this, and she seems to be one of the few that actually have the guts to stand up and say what is actually happening, as opposed to, I don't know, it's a tragedy, it's very terrible, it's hard to watch, I don't know, it's very sad. Fuck you, Chuck Schumer. The citizens of Minneapolis are showing a lot of solidarity, but I don't think it's going to remain peaceful for much longer. What was a couple of days ago, 2,100 federal troops in Minnesota is now swelled to over 3,000. And they are not slowing down. They're not stopping. They're not taking a step back after they did their murder. Now they're doubling down and they're bringing more goons to this small town. I don't know how long that the peace will last, but these people are showing solidarity with their fellow citizens. We won't be silent while our friends are gunned down. Powerful stuff, folks. Powerful stuff. Now, Sean Hannity sent out one of his intrepid dipshit reporters to ask some of the protesters why they're protesting. I mean, they're all Antifa, right, Sean? They're all domestic terrorists. Well, they got to talk to one of these domestic terrorists, and he is not nervous in the service, and he comes correct with the truth.
Or can you speak to anybody that's marching right now and ask them what it is that they're marching about?
I think it's pretty fucking obvious, you idiot.
Excuse me. Can you tell us, what are you here marching for?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, my ears are ringing a lot, so I don't know if I'll hear perfectly. But, yeah, I'm just here because I think it's absolutely disgusting what ICE is doing here. I think it's absolutely abhorrent that they're kidnapping people. I'm disgusted that they murdered an innocent human being. And, yeah, the entire thing just absolutely abhors me. This has to stop immediately. What we're seeing right now is frankly an ethnic cleansing. It's disgusting.
Hey, Garrett.
And it needs to stop. And I'm glad that there's some...
You can hear Sean Hannity right now going, God damn it, he's not a pink-haired lefty. He's not screaming and yelling. Go find me a belligerent idiot. I don't need to be talking to this smart little Poindexter here telling us that fascism is fascism.
Many people out here trying to stop this because it's just abhorrent and we
Garrett,
need to stick together to stop this.
Does he have a concern that the woman was driving her car at an officer? Does it concern this individual?
Jesus Christ.
When you saw this video that is out, did you have any concern that it looked like this woman may have been driving her vehicle at the officer?
That's not what it looked like to me at all. And
Me
I mean,
either.
like, even if you did assume that was the case, which it absolutely is not, we are supposed to train officers to be responsible in these situations and judge the situation objectively, look at it reasonably. Like,
this young kid is taking Sean Hannity's ass to fucking school. Not only are they bad at propaganda, but they're dumb as a bag of hammers.
there just absolutely is no justification for this. But again, looking at the video from both angles, I know that there was another clip that came out earlier today from like a different angle. You can very clearly tell that she is evacuating the scene. There is like absolutely no evidence that there's like any like attempt to drive the vehicle into the officers.
Garrett, last question. What should we do with people that don't obey our laws and come into the country illegally?
What do you think we should do with people that have come into the country illegally who are here, is the question.
I think they have the right to be here, frankly. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think they have the right to be here. I think that's just a basic human right is freedom of movement. We recognize that in the United Nations Charter.
Here is the answer. When somebody says, what do you do with all these illegals that came into the country illegally, which, by the way, is a misdemeanor. It's not a felony. But when they ask you that question, give them amnesty like your Saint Ronald Reagan did. These people come to this country to live the American dream because they love this country. They love the freedoms that it once had. By the way, so many of them have now self-deported. Why would they want to end up in a concentration camp? If you want people to come to this country to show love for this country, to do it the right way, to pay taxes, to be solid American citizens. You say that that's what you want. You want them to come here the right way. But yet this is what ICE is doing. This is what Stephen Miller and fascist Barbie Christie Nome are doing. They don't care that you came here the right way. They don't care that you came here seeking asylum. What do you say about people who came here illegally? Give them amnesty. Let them stay here. And then they can contribute to society, the society that you think that you want.
That, in my opinion, is just a fundamental human right that all nations ought to recognize. And I'm glad that some people are standing up for that basic human right.
And what's your instrument of choice?
Instrument of choice? I just found a bell in a bag. Someone was handing out free stuff, so there we go.
That's a dangerous weapon he's got in his hand, a little bell in a bag. He's definitely a domestic terrorist. I want to end with this one here. It's kind of what I fear might be coming next. And this guy is mirroring my feelings right now. I have been running out of patience, and I think that he has too.
George Floyd was murdered after I watched that video. And on Wednesday, I got word that Renee Nicole Good was murdered in cold blood. And I made the decision right then and there that I was going to come up here one way or another. They fired the first shot. I'm not calling for peace anymore. I don't care what Fox News says. I don't care what that woman in the press room says. I'm not calling for peace. They fired the first shot. We have the Second Amendment for a reason. It's time for people to come back here with weapons and show these people that we're equals.
I can just feel the emotion coming off of you right now. You've been wearing it on your sleeve today, as I've seen you like have some interactions with other protesters here. Describe to me some of those emotions that you're feeling right now.
I'm angry. We knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen the minute they called the election in 2024. That's why what I did right when I knew the election was going to go the way it did, that's why I went and I bought my first gun. I used to hate guns. I used to think that it was insane that we have more guns than people in this country. And in reality, I still do think that it's insane that we have more guns than people. But if we've got people like these guys out here just terrorizing people, kicking in doors with no warrants, kidnapping people with no cause, and murdering people for trying to flee and for obeying a command to leave the area, and then shooting her in the face like that after she drops her kid off at school, we have to show up with guns. We have to. There's no other way around it. I don't care if I don't have a Minnesota carry permit. I'm unarmed right now, but this is the last time I show up to face these guys without a weapon. There's no way. I got shot with a pepper ball 5 minutes after walking in here. I never laid a finger on them. I never raised a hand to them. I've only been using my voice. The time for speaking is over. The time for niceties is over. The time for peace is over. They fired the first shot. It is time to end this shit by any means necessary.
You're talking about, potentially going to a dark place in this country. Do you foresee
We're there. This is the dark place. This is the dark time. We have people being sent to Salvadorian concentration camps. We got other countries being raided for their oil. We're in the dark time. There's no way out of this. There's no voting our way out of this. We can't wait till November. There's no waiting to the ballot box. We need to get to the bullet box.
Damn. I am just as angry as he is. I'm sure all of you are too. But what I'm afraid of is that this is what Donald Trump wants. He wants something to pop off so he can declare martial law. They are spoiling for this fight. They want this shit to happen. They want to piss off a community so much that they arm themselves. And then there's going to be a huge tragedy. And then Donald Trump will use that to invoke the Insurrection Act and declare martial law. Guys, I don't want this to happen. I don't want to have a civil war, but right now we're fighting a one-sided civil war where one side is armed and the other side has got bells and placards. You're going to push these people so far. Eventually, you're going to find out how thin our patience is. How much do you think you can push around Americans? Americans have been free for quite a long time. They like their freedom. They don't like having a militarized police force coming in and harassing, threatening, arresting, and killing them. I don't know what it's going to take, and I don't know where this is going to lead. But if more people start feeling the way that that gentleman was feeling, I feel that we're going to have a major tragedy on our hands. And there's going to be a lot of dead people. The worst part is that I think that Donald Trump wants it to be that way. I really do think that he wants some violence. That way he can take total control. The election's coming up in November. I don't think that this guy is waiting for November. And I don't think Donald Trump is either. I think he wants to shut down elections so he can remain in power. And I think he thinks he's going to be able to do it. I don't know what's going to happen, folks. I know that we're not even 2 weeks into 2026, and it's already a fucking hellscape. I worry for our future. I really do. A national divorce is untenable. How is that going to happen? We would have to agree on something. Donald Trump is stripping blue states from all of their federal dollars. The irony being that most of the federal revenue comes from blue states like California, New York, Illinois. And most of the red states are recipients of those federal dollars. But Donald Trump is stripping social services and federal dollars from those blue states. And they're attacking them. And they're sending in their fascist goons to threaten and kill them. There are a lot of people across this country that are running out of patience. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be good. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.